And actually, I'm not really going to do drills. I'm just going to tell you what we do and how we set it up and how we do it. Because majority of the people I see run toss, I don't think you pull your lineman correctly. And I think there is a way to pull your lineman, and I think the technique we use is a really good way to pull our lineman. But before I start, I just want to do this. We do something called a Big Five every day in pre-practice. I run a pre-practice. You run a practice or whatever. I run a pre-practice 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's where my kids throw the ball. That's where my offensive line. And I mean, you don't have to go out and buy big bags, but if you're a coach and you're strapped for money, get 3 or 4 shields. Because I do this Big Five every day with my offensive line. And my offensive line coach really doesn't teach that much. He stands there and watches them. And then he'll correct them as they go along. And what we do is we put 2 linemen each. By the way, I don't care if you're a center, and I agree with Coach right over here. I don't care if you're a center, a guard, or a tackle. You're going to learn all the same pulls in this offense. Because if somebody goes down and I have to replace, you're going to know how to do it. I think that's the most important thing when you run the double wing. Another thing, a lot of guys like to go a strong side and a weak side. If I could have ever figured that out, I probably would have did it, but I couldn't figure it out. Matter of fact, if I could have ever figured out how to shift, I probably would have done that too. But I wasn't smart enough to do that either. Anyway, here's the Big Five that we do. And what we try to do is we try to pair up a guard and a tackle. A center and a center. Or 2 guards, we don't care. What we do is we take the lines in the football field. And we take this guy right here, and this guy's got a shield. We take a guy and we put him 3 to 4 yards apart of him, and his guy has a shield. And we do groups of 3, 5 yards apart, so there's 2, 4, 6. And by the way, most of the time I never had more than 6 or 7 linemen anyway, so we were only just, 2 across. And then 5 yards behind them, it was kind of like a 5-square drill. I had 2 guys here, 2 guys here, 2 guys here. And then we worked our 5-part progression. Because, now, Coach does sob, so he doesn't do this. Because in sob blocking, you're down all the time. Am I correct, Coach? So he just does that. I do IOL, which means, 1, I'm going to work on my drive block. And I really believe in the leg, and I believe in the way that JJ does it. Tim does it. I called it something different, but I liked his better, so I used him. Load, explode, and go. How many of you guys use load, explode, and go? Okay, so I don't have to teach it. I don't have to technique you here on it. But here's what we do. We do a 5-part progression drill. 1 guy holds the bag, and we go 5 yards on it. Because we force our kids, whether we go with our right foot and cock or our left foot. Once we get into that block, pop, and then we're chopping, just like JJ does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going up the field 5 yards. And then we turn it around, and we switch a partner. We go back the other way. Drive block is the first one we do. The second block we do is a down block. And we do this on purpose to teach our kids to do it right. On our down block, I tell you what, get right here. We have the kids hold the bag to the side. That way we don't get any injuries. And we're just working on technique on this. Because somewhere, pretend you're holding the bag, right? Face me. Somewhere down the line, you're going to have these progression drills that you're going to work with your kids regardless anyway. So when we work our down block, just turn an angle just a little bit right here, but turn the bag this way. Keep straight, but turn the bag this way. Because on my down block, I am going actually attacking right above his hip. That's where I want to attack. A lot of guys come down here, punch, and they go right underneath the shoulder pad with the head to the inside. Chop, 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 chop. I don't do that. I want to attack down at the hip. And the reason we attack down at the hip, the shoulder's not really going to do anything. But the hip does what? It moves. So when we attack, we always take that 45. And by the way, Coach Potter was talking about his 2-point stance. He's talking about 2-point stance. We're in a 3-point stance. We also do a Dallas shift. We do this stuff up and down. But I believe in a square stance. When you see my linemen, you don't see 1 foot back or the other foot back. You see them square. just like this. And the weight is slightly on our toes, and we just drop down just like this. We're in a 2-point stance, because when we put our hands on the ground, this is it. And why do we do this? We got a slight lean forward, slight, just slight. I don't put pressure on my hand because my kids pull so much one way or the other, I have no lean. I see some guys come out and they've got a lean and they're leaning forward and then they're trying to pull. I have a hard time doing that. So we use a soft square stance. Take a step up a little bit. So second phase, my down block. Just like this, here we go, 45-degree step. Here we go, what am I doing? I'm loading, and now I'm exploding with the next step, and I am punching. A lot of guys just use their shoulders. I use my fists right above the hip, and then off my fists, I collapse and my flippers into him, and then I chop and drive. Second one was our down. Third one is our reach block. Now, what we do in our reach block in practice is we work on a drive block. And what I do is I put this guy one shade, one gap away from this guy. And this guy's just holding the bag. He holds the bag right up here, and he points to that outside shoulder. So what I'm going to do now is, and this is for youth guys, I'm going to, instead of, I do my normal drive block, and I'm stepping straight forward and loading and go. Now on the youth level, just change it to this. I'm doing the same thing, but what I'm going to do is do that drive block at a 45-degree angle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going after the outside number. I'm double punching, second step, boom, drive, third step, collapse, turn the hips. Which I think is pretty easy block on the youth level. Now with my high school kids, I do a little bit different. I put them a little bit wider. And what I have this do is, we're going to run down the line of scrimmage. I'm going to run down the line of scrimmage, 45-degree step. First step, short, long. Second step, short. Third step, inside hand, step that way. I have the guy move that way. I'm taking my inside fist, and we always attack with our fists. Punch! Just like your drive block. Punch, punch, turn and seal. And it's just a 3-step, ends up in a 5-step. Let's do it again. 1, load. 2, explode. 3, come back across, turn the hips. Run and go. That's our perimeter block, number 3. I'm going to run down the line of scrimmage. I'm going to run to where this guy's going to be, which he ain't going to be there. 45-degree angle. 1, load. 2, he's stepping, I'm going to explode. Inside hand. Boom. And as my foot comes across, I'm going to turn my outside hip. 3, collapse. And actually I wasn't going to show this, but I'm going to show perimeter block anyway. Okay, we've done this 5 yards. And when we do this, it's the same thing. 1, 2, explode. 3, turn, chop, 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 chop. 5 times. Always keep the feet moving. Then we fitch it, move it, switch it. Next thing we do is pull drill. And on the pull drill, I have this guy get 3 yards from him. We're going to do inside pull, which our guys do on power, and we're going to do kick out. Gee, I'm already winded. That's what happens when you're retired, I guess. Maybe I should have had you do this, huh? Okay. I have this guy back off 3 yards. On my pulls, we always teach the guard. When you're pulling, you're looking for the linebacker. I don't know what you guys teach. Some guys teach, we'll get up the seam and hit somebody. I don't. My guards are looking for the inside linebacker. Well, that's where he's going to be. So we teach our pull drill, and it's basically just 1, 2, 3, up the seam, and we're going to do a drive block. So I use a hop step, kick, now I look at my arms. Both my arms are going into what? They're going into double punch mode, explode mode. Now from here, I'm up the field, Double punch, outside shoulder, drive block. Pretty simple. That's my pull block. Now I'm going to go to my kick out block. Get right up here. Now, our kick out blocks never happen on the line of scrimmage. They always happen upfield, because if they happen on the line of scrimmage, they're probably a problem. This guy, if he goes upfield, we're going inside anyway. I teach my guards on their pull. Turn around, now face me. Turn around and face me. I always have my guards, or my tackles when they do this drill, they're always pulling upfield. And I teach the same kick out, the hop step. When I teach the hop step, kick out with the backside foot and hop. Now watch. The shoulders are down. I've already gone into my cocked arms, and now I am going upfield. 1, 2, cock, 3. I'm attacking that inside shoulder. Punch, drive. Double fist punch, drive. And I make both the guards and tackles do it. That was 5, wasn't it? Yep. Now, and I know I didn't go through it great, but that's okay. If you got questions, I'll send you. But the point being this. My line do that every day, first 10 minutes of practice. My offensive coach stands there and goes like this. Okay, we're not low enough. Okay, get your head inside. Now, there you go. Okay, now, what I want you to do is get your head inside. Get your hips down. Now, actually, you're a pulling lineman. And you've played for 13 years? JJ, your dad? Yeah. Okay, now I can use him for a demonstrator. Watch this. I want you to do the leg progression for me, okay? And we're going to do a right shoulder drive block. Let's see how he remembers. A right shoulder drive block. Now, here's the point. You should always find kids that can demonstrate better than you. And I'll tell you why. As good as you think you demonstrate, you look as ugly as I do over here. And you teach the kids bad habits. So the point being is, demonstrate it, but then find some kids that can pick up on it and do it and have them do your demonstration for you, because the kids will learn from them better. Okay, I do know this. I come out, I'm pretty much flat-footed with a slight lean. How are you guys in your stance? Pretty much like that? Square. Feet underneath the hips, underneath the shoulders. Okay, go down into your stance. Okay, now he's rocking forward a little bit. I didn't have my kids rock forward, because anytime they rocked forward, they either gave away the play or they weren't going to get out of their stance very good on their pull. So we're always just slight lean. And we used to work on this with our kids and come by and, you know, take the hand out, take the hand out. Now, do a drive block for me, okay? And the drive block, this should be done on all your progression drills. We do drive block to the right, and I know you guys do shoulders, so you're doing this, right? Yeah. Okay. The only difference I do is when I explode with the fists, and I always tell my kids, thumbs up, because we want to, and you know, if your kids want to wear gloves, hey, that's fine. They're not sissies.
That's what he does.
What?
High school, we did this.
Yeah. Well, they do this. Because I don't want to get caught for holding, I just close the fist. But I still attack with my fists on that outside number. Okay, get down in your stance. Okay, we got to make sure our ass is down, back is straight. Okay, take a short right 6-inch step with your foot, with your right foot. There you go, nice. Now look at the cock. See, he demonstrates this better than me real quick, right? How many of you guys do this, all of you? Yeah. Okay, so I don't have to go over it, do I? So I won't. I'll just let him finish off the block. Okay, first step, go ahead. First step, short step, load. Second step, explode. Third step, drive. Very good. Man, that guy, you were taught well. Now, I would use you for a demonstration for my team. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is, I did my 5-part progression. The reason we do that with our kids before every practice is, you know what? We don't want to go over those blocks every day for an hour. Now that we've done it with the kids and the kids do it every day, it's driven in their heads, now when I get my linemen together, I can focus on something else. I can focus on my double team and my group pulls. I don't know how you guys do it, but I do group stuff all the time. And I think it's critical to do group stuff because you can't really work on your pulling techniques unless you use half groups. So anyway, what we're going to do is first I'm going to go over my toss pull. Now here's what I want you to do. I'm going to teach you how to kick out. Now just watch Coach because I'm a bad example. I'm on my backside foot. I'm going to come off and I'm just going to push off it as hard as I can. As I push off, I'm going to hop with my other foot. As I hop with my other foot, I'm going to, what's normally when you pull down line scrimmage, you call it punch, pull? We do the same thing. Yeah, rip. Little rip back. Now what I want you to do is keep your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. And as you go up the alley, I want you to dip that shoulder and I want you to stay and rub against it and turn inside. Now what I'm going to do as a coach is I'm just going to flow with you. And I'm the guy that you're actually going to come up the hole and hit. First, let's just do the hop step and see how well you do it. Go ahead, hop. Okay, now even better. Now, when you push off with that back foot, take it with you. One more time. Ready? Set, go. Not bad now, even more. In other words, now what I want you to do is kick out as far as you can. It's more of a hop. Set, go. Oh, that's not bad. Now, next thing, keep your feet as close together as you can get underneath your hips. And now, look at me as you do it and work your way upfield. Okay, now, like Coach, my cadence has always been simple. My cadence is down, set, go. And we always want on go. We don't care if the defense knows it or not. Okay, here we go. Down, set, go. Now, okay, now, you know, beautiful. Now, do me a favor. When you do this, as you come up, get your head on a swivel. I'm looking for the linebacker. I'm looking for the linebacker. Not only that, let me show you something. If my eyes are focused upfield, I'm going to see out of my peripheral vision this wall right here. And I'm going to scrape it and get as tight as I can. Okay. Down. See, go. Pull up, up, up. Okay, turn. Now, turn in and start creating that inside wall for me. Good. I'm the linebacker now. I'm going to step to it. There's the phase 3. Down. Say, go. Okay, come on up, come on up. There we go, right there. How many of you guys use that type of pull? Good. I taught it to you in how long? Less than 5 minutes. Okay, now, here's what we do. Now we progress. Now I have 2 kids out here, one with a bag right here, and I have another guy over here that'll come from anywhere, wherever I point him to go. Let's say I'm right back here. Coach, do me a favor. Be this linebacker right here. Okay? And as soon as you see him pull, I just want you to flow like this. Okay, Coach, come here. Now, I know, I don't know how the guys pull in sob. I don't know where they go. I know in my scheme that this pulling guard is sealing right here inside. And his job is to get the flowing linebacker, just in case somebody missed him. My tackle is coming right off his arse, coming up the field, and he's looking outside in. Normally there'll be a guy in the seam, so he becomes a seam blocker. He will attack anybody in the seam, which is usually free safety in my opinion. My quarterback comes up and he gets anybody on the outside, who's usually the corner. But I know some guy, I know in TKO both guys go out. Yeah. Yeah. But, and I think it's cool, but to me, by sending 2 guys out, I know there ain't 3 guys out here. I know there ain't 3 guys out here. There might be 1. And I also know this, that the best play in this offense is when your kid catches the ball, comes up the seam, and cuts back. That is the best play out of the power of the toss, in my opinion. I know that's where my best plays came from. Now, I'm going to act as a backside tackle with you. And I'm going to go with you in a group. We're going to do it as a group. Okay, back up just a shade. And we all, I know this, you guys all go foot to foot. And if this is the center, this is my guard. His toes are right behind the heels of the center. Do you guys go that deep or that? Or are you guys up here? You guys are back here? Okay. Good. Well, I'm going to be the backside tackle with him. Yeah, we go foot to foot. We got just a little bit of a space. Backside tackle does the same thing, but the backside tackle is going to get even deeper off of him so that now his shoulders come square up and he can find the guy in the seam better. Let's see if I can pull quicker than you or you can pull quicker than me. Okay, now what did I tell you? As soon as you jump out, your shoulders should be what? Parallel to the line of scrimmage, head on a swivel looking at the backer. Right? Okay, let's see how well you do it. I'll go down, set, go, and we'll do it together. Down, set, go. Let's see, try one more time. Did you feel my hand on your butt? Yes. There's guys out there, I know what you do. You tie strings or shoelaces or something to the guys.
So you put it in your pocket.
Okay. All we do is we tell this backside tackle, hey, find his ass, go with him. That's our technique. And by the way, I'm not the greatest technician in the world because I don't believe in overteching kids. Because if you overtech kids, here's what's going to happen. They're going to think too damn much in the game, and they're not going to react the way they should. Oh, should I be doing it like this, or All I want them to do is be in a natural form, and I want them to be low. Okay, here we go, one more time. Down, set, go. Here we go. Nice. Nice little move. You feel my hand? Good. Okay, now we're just going to, now, that was the power. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the counter off it. I bet you guys probably run that drill with your linemen 80 times a day. I know I lived with it. Coach, come here. After watching a fullback, I think you're going to be in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Okay. We never have our guards pull down the line of scrimmage. My guards, when they come out of that, they're always pulling up the line of scrimmage. Because if this guy misses me and goes back here, we're gone anyway. So you'll never see my kids do this. Go down the line and attack somebody. They're always going to work upfield. Okay, now, you're going to do your running drive block on him. So that means when you come out of your stance, now watch. Now I'm going to start squaring my shoulders to that inside number. Right there. Now I can drop my hips a little bit, drop my hips a little bit, and here I come, explode, hips up, face mask in the chest. Any of you guys use double punch with your fists? Oh, that felt good, Coach. Okay. Now what we like to do is, I like to have a kid in the bag there, and I put the coach out here. I watch the drill from here. I mean, you don't have to be sophisticated. I haven't used a sled. I haven't even used a frickin' bag yet. Okay, here we go. Counter. Down. Set, go. Hand on the ass. Here we go. Although you're quicker than I thought. One more time. Huh? Now, you know, a lot of coaches will say, I have to be low down here and really drop. No, you don't. Just get pad level with this guy and just get those flippers back. And when you get there, explode with your hips and get your face mask in that outside number. One more time. Down. Say go. Not bad. He pulls pretty good. I'm impressed. How much you weigh? 270. 270? Okay. I do know this. By the tackle kicking out like that, I was already going up the hole, right off him. Matter of fact, I almost tripped on his feet. It is much better than just pull a regular way. Just pull down the line of scrimmage. Yeah. You got to turn and go. I don't believe in that. I believe my shoulders are always going to be parallel to the line because I want to block here, not there. Any questions? Okay, now I've shown you what you all know. Now I'll go to perimeter blocking. Coach B, come on out. I'm going to have you come out too. Come on out, Coach. I'm going to use you again. You're going to be my tight end this time. Okay, Coach, I want you to be a defensive end. Okay, well, basically right now. And what I did when I do this drill with my kids, move this way a little bit. I put them in a competition. I tell my kids, whoever loses, their parents have got to buy me beer this week. And
my mom will buy you beer.
huh?
My mom will buy you beer.
Oh, they'll gladly buy me beer.
Even if he loses, she'll buy you beer.
Okay, I'm going to put us in a 4-4 right now. I do know this. When I'm running the perimeter, and by the way, there's a corner there, 1. The outside linebacker normally is 2. Defensive end in a 40 is 3. I know my kick out is 1. I'm the wing back. I have number 2. Tight end, you got number 3. Now, the most important thing to me on a reach block is just not getting beat to the outside. I don't care if I come here. Come here, Coach. Now run in there. Run in there. I don't care if he beats me there. That's not important to me. What he's not going to do is beat me to my outside hip. If he beats me to my outside hip, play's over with. Now, I also know this. Every time we start teaching the kids a reach block, they're automatically going to do this. Right here. They're going to reach him right here. And where are you going to be? Out there. The hardest thing, and it's just like, to me, like kind of like TKO blocking is, teach your kids to go to an area. I have my kids on a 45-degree step on a sprint to the sideline. The only thing they're looking for is that outside shoulder armpit. That's all they look for. And we run this play drive, this reach block live every stinking day. Now, on the first sound, on go, down, set, go, I want you to step as hard as you can to the sideline. I want you to step as hard as you can to the sideline. Because I tell you what, any good defensive end is going to key this tight end. And whatever he does, he's going to step with him. I don't care if his job is to crash inside, he's still going to step with him. Because he's been taught, once this tight end steps out, what's the play? Sweep or fly. And a good defensive, same with his backer here. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to have you step hard at a 45, hard at a 45. Now I want you to do is this. All I'm going to have you do out of your stance is I'm going to have you step to the sideline and look for this outside shoulder. Wait, come on back, Coach. I'm going to have you look for this outside shoulder. And I'm going to have you punch it. And as soon as you punch it, you're going to work yourself upfield and get around. I'm going to do the same thing to Coach. On go. Oh, wait. Coach just had them soft like this. I never even thought about that. Here we go. Down. Set. Go. Boom. I don't care if my hand misses or goes up through him, because now what I'm going to do is just hook. Okay. We'll just do it 3/4 speed. Did you kick his ass? Yeah? Okay, now let's make it a little bit tougher. What I want you to do is this, Coach, get in a 3-point stance and step here as hard as you can. Now, the key is this. Wherever my arm goes, my hip's going with it. And my head is going with it. So that I step and punch, my head goes with it. And then the last thing I want to do is bring my other hand around. Down. Say go. 45. I don't care. I don't care. Did you cut him off?
Yeah.
You're getting slow in your old age. Okay, we work this drill live every day, and we make it into a competition. And whoever loses, we always have something called fun time after practice. And I'm not going to go over that right now, but
So far I'm winning.
so far you're winning? Then you would love after practice. Yeah. In standing up, same thing. Okay, here's the watch. Come here. You're the in, stand up in. Come here, coach, you're the 5'3" backer. Okay, against the 5'3", we do basically the same thing, but now what we want this tight end to do is he's going to step at a 45, because this guy's going to step out. He's going to vacate. He's going to do the same thing, but who's your man now? Let's number it from the sideline. 1, 2, 3. Now, I want you guys to do the same thing. Okay? Now, what we work with our wing backs is actually 2 techniques. And I showed the youth coaches a technique that we just use an outside drive block. We do this with our wing backs as well. Because sometimes this end is 220 pounds and they're 140. So I do the same thing. I'm going to step at a 45, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive block this outside shoulder. I'm going to drive block it and get my hips around. And it's really not that tough. But when I say go, I want you to step outside hard. Down. Say go.
Come on, Jim. I'm getting roughed up over here.
Hey, actually, he came pretty hard. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting that. But just like your wingbacks can be tough too, you know. Say wingbacks, get your hips down and just run and drive block that outside shoulder. Now our tight ends, I want you to do the same thing. What you're going to do is, we're going to have you step at a 45, step coach. Now I'm going to have you drive block this outside shoulder. And then get your hips upfilled. Coach, take it easy on me this time, will you? Jeez. I hit you like hitting a wall. But now, here's the last thing we do. And it was on my film up there. This guy automatically took a bead out there. Take that bead. Now, what are we going to do? Now I'm just going to attack the outside shoulder, but wait, it ain't there anymore. So what I'm going to do? Attack the inside shoulder and just ride him out. That's what I want you to do, coach. Beat me to the outside. Move this way. Yeah, that's good. You're wide. I mean, I've never personally played against a 5'3" in that wide, but no, I want you there.
Right.
Just to prove. Now I want you to beat my ass up, Phil.
Coach, we see it a lot in youth ball.
Wide?
Youth ball, they go wide. They'll even
Then-
bring the corner, sometimes the corners will come out and stand right next to them.
Oh, that's okay. Because if he gets out that wide and the corner's out there, then this guy's going to be pushing both out by himself. Okay. By the way, we pull the guard and tackle on this. So obviously we do a group drill where we'll pull our guard or tackle, and what his only goal in life is to read this wing back. If the wing back is upfield, he's going to continue to go off his ass. If he sees the wing back's ass, just like other coach told you, that means pull it up inside. That's all that tackle is going to do. Now, matter of fact, we'll demonstrate it. Come here, coach. Oh, I like this. You're bigger than me. You're going to hurt him. I like this. Okay, coach, from the wing back position. 45. All I'm looking for is that outside shoulder to double punch. Now, coach, I want you to take him out as far as you can go. So now, if I'm the tackle pulling, or better yet, I tell you what, I'll be the guard because a lot of guys like to pull their guards. Okay, here we go. That's about right. That'd be about a guard. Down. Say go. Here we go. Here we go. I like that.
You got a quicker step on me than I thought.
So and when my guard pulled, and by the way, my pull as a guard didn't change from my toss. I still did the hop with my shoulders upfield. I've always got my shoulders working upfield.
Coach, if they're really penetrating on the field and you're taking everybody outside, you're teaching your back, it's going to be
Cut.
outside. That cut's got to happen.
Yeah, well, that to me is a group drill.
Yep.
And this is what you need. I work this every day because it was so important for us to get on that perimeter. So my backs had to read it. And backs read the same thing. You know, the back's getting the ball. Go ahead, turn outward, coach. Go ahead and up the field. Okay, he sees this. What do you think he's going to do? Yeah. Now, the critical guy is the guard pulling up that seam. Let's do it one more time and you can beat us.
So Coach, on this play, the fullback is kicking the corner, right? Or is that
Yeah, I'm doing it two ways. One, I'm showing it the way the standard sweep is, pulling the guard. And the guard's responsible for kick out. And he's got to read this hip regardless. He can't get outside him. He's got to turn upfield. And first, if he turns upfield like this, then chances are the corner's way out there too. And we're not even going to bother with him. He's going to get upfield and hit the next man up the seam. The other one is the fullback. And it works the same thing with the fullback like I do in the... you guys run sweep with your fullback from here. And I run fly with my fullback from here. I'll do it with the fullback from right here. Same thing with the fullback. He just reads the hip of the wingback. Let's do it. Now, as a matter of fact, here's what I want you guys to do. Because I'm the fullback, I got to learn how to do this anyway. And I would tell my defense, I stand back here and go like this. Okay, that means come up the field. Okay, that means go wide. Okay, you two guys turn around. Oh, wait, that'd be cheating for me to do that, wouldn't it? I would know where to go. You guys go wherever you want this play. You go wherever you want. Move it this way. But now, the most important thing is, come back this way a little bit, Coach. You're way too far out. I know Coach had his kids real tight like this, and I basically did the same thing with my wings. Get down in your stance. I basically had him come up and touch the guy, and that's where we lined up. Yard off the ball, touch his ass. Right in here, Coach. Okay, now I'm the offset fullback. I'm gonna have to pick this up one way or the other. Now, as a fullback, I do know this. I'm not stepping towards the line of scrimmage. I'm stepping where? Towards that sideline so I can read. Okay, here we go. Down. Say go. There we go. Does that answer your question, Coach? Yes. A little bit? Yes. I mean, hey, in the perfect world, it'd be going outside. Now, what I want you guys to do is just come up the field. I want you to step out, but I want you to kind of come off his outside shoulder. Drive block his outside shoulder, Coach.
Outside shoulder.
Yep. Drive block that outside shoulder. Step to it. Get your hips down. Explode with your arms back. Down. Say go. Okay. Now, yep, there we go. As a fullback, I saw this. His hips were like what? They were never turned out, so I stayed out.
That fullback got the one.
A fullback's got the one on that play.
Was that you or him? We got about 9 feet out from behind. I was like, damn. I'm trying to hold him off too.
Okay, that's good. We work that perimeter scheme every day. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over some interior reach blocking. Okay. You're my play side guard. Coach, you're my play side tackle. Almost foot to foot. Okay, here's what I want. 4-4. We work a 5-2 and a 4-4. Okay, outside shade of the guard, 3-point stance. Linebacker stacked right behind him. Linebacker stacked right behind him. And what you're going to do is flow. Here's what we teach. Here's what I teach on the youth level. On the high school level, I just teach. We said my rule was, inside, on, outside gap. And this guy is always stepping where? Play side gap, 45. And now he's going to use a drive block. The youth level, I used a drive block because it was simple. At the high school level, I'm just using my hand in the interior line. Because I'm going to show you something. Okay, come, coach. Come. If he goes there, I don't even care about him. He ain't going to catch my play. Now I'm just going to go off to the next level. Now, tackle. Do you have anybody on you? Okay, you're going to take your 45 step. 1, 2, come up the field. And what you're going to do is get on the outside shoulder of this linebacker. It's the same progression. Okay, on go. Down. Set, go. 1, 2, up the field. There you go, right there. Good, coach. You got on his outside shoulder. You used your palms. Oh, coach beat you up the field. Coach beat you up the field. What's up with that? You getting tired? Let's go one more time. You can't let that old man get away with that. Down. Say, go. There you go. Good. Now, you want back door. You beat him. That's all I wanted you to do. Get to his outside shoulder. Yeah, get to that outside shoulder, at least with that inside arm, and force him to go back the other way. That's against the 40. We do that every day. Now let's do a 50. Okay? I tell you what, you're the inside backer, coach. Your head up on him, coach. Okay. Now watch. We're going to use the same progression. Watch this. 45, 1, 2, 3, because this guy's going to go with you. If he dives, I just let him dive anyway. We're going to drive block what? Outside shoulder. Okay? Nobody on you. 45-degree step. 1, 2. Now where are you going? Outside shoulder. I'm getting upfield to his outside shoulder. Double punch it. Here we go. Down. Set, go. Whoa!
All right, we need to go get pads.
Hey. Okay, now, I will tell you this. Coach B here took inside lane. Goodbye, I don't care. I don't care if he beats you there. Because he is not going to catch that guy there. That guy's already passed him. All I'm telling you this, drive block is outside shoulder. If he beats you to the inside, you've got a piece of him, right? That's all you needed. As for you, getting on this guy and getting a piece of him is the most important thing. I don't care if he gets off. Get off and go, coach. Because now I got a backside guard pulling up looking for who? Him. But what have we done? We slowed his ass down. Okay, one more time. Except, now watch. We're going to change it up a little bit. You move to center. I'm going to move to guard. Okay, coach, match me. Now, go to nose. Okay, outside shoulder, 45-degree angle. I don't care if he goes behind you. Hey, he's out of the play. But step here, if he's not there, watch this. If he goes the other, go the other way, coach. Boom. All you got to do is get a hand on him. All you got to do is get a hand on him. He's out of the play. Down. Say, go. Did you beat him to the outside? Coach?
I don't know.
You got outside leverage?
No, I jumped in.
Okay.
He's trying to do a juke where you jump in and then he could go around. It didn't work.
Okay, now what I've shown is just live. What we normally do is this: we take bags and we put them in those positions. And all we do is our drills are based on a 40 and a 50, just like the other coach said. I don't care what the other team shows us, it's either a 40 or a 50. And then all we do is work on that with bags, and then we'll work on it live. That's my presentation. I'm done. Hey. Unless you want to see something else.